Breaking news tonight, we are going into the Globe and Mail article that is rather shocking. The one I paid for to get this, it's about Lilly and Jack Sullivan, the missing siblings from Nova Scotia. And it exposes new flags, red flags, that is, that give you pause at the very least. We're going to be talking about all of this very, very in-depth article on the other side of this.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new.
Hit that thumbs up.
Keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine
Yes.
like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Last one.
Click
Here we
play
go.
and come along with me.
Thank you, Donna. Good to see you.
Together with the truth you see.
And hopefully you are as well. Thank you for your support,
Got
honey.
our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share.
Thank you,
the
Holly.
vibe. Clutch
Appreciate
those
the
pearls, let's take
lovies.
the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 8th, 2025. It is currently 3:06 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. There is a brand new article that just rolled out for of the Globe and Mail, and it's an article I had to pay for. Oh well, but it's a very long article and it is truly in depth. We also get to see a photo of Malaya's mother and stepfather, I guess, or her boyfriend, I guess you would say, in this. And I think a photo I've never seen of Daniel as well. But what it says is pretty interesting. And we're going to get to all of that right now. But before we get started, if you would be so kind and please hit that thumbs up button, would really appreciate that. Also, if you will click the link and share this out on any social media platform, I would be deeply grateful. And if you haven't yet became a member or a subscriber, we would love to have you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We have a lot to talk about today. I'll be live later on this evening. There is a new case that we are starting as well, and it is a fashion designer, an up and coming fashion designer who is outside of the Hamptons in the more exclusive parts. There was a scream heard, and she was left on a yacht, found dead. I am already obsessed with this case, and we're going to be talking about it here later on this evening. So be ready for that one, because I have a feeling this one's going to be a crazy one. Uh, we're talking millions and even billions of dollars people in this area. So it's already crazy. So yeah, you'll want to stick for that one as well. And maybe even later on this evening, we're gonna hopefully, God, I hope I have enough time, uh get to Jaden's case as well this evening. So share, you're funny. Okay, guys. All right. Without further ado, we're going to get started because it is going to be a lot to read and a lot to comment on. It's quite crazy. I need to thank Donna. Thank you so much for 8 months, hon. Really do appreciate you. Hope you all have a great Friday. We are Donna. How about yourself? Thank you so much for your support, Miss Donna. Good to see you, my friend. And Miss Holly, thank you so much for your super chat there. Really do appreciate you, my love. Yes, we are, Paige. Yes, we are. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Is under fire. I know there's a lot of fires in Canada right now. They really are. All right. So without further ado, here we go, y'all. Here we go. This is from the Globe and Mail. A picture emerges of missing children's lives, but not their fate. Months later, there are still few answers about what happened to Jack and Lily Sullivan of Nova Scotia, but trauma and stigma have left their families and community further apart. Um, and this is a picture of Belinda holding a picture of Lily and Jack. All right, guys, it only gets better as we read it. I sent you a text on the fridge case. Linda, yeah, I need to do a live on that. We need to get in that because I've been following that out, not covering it, but I've been following it. And that's a crazy one too. That's a crazy one too. It's been insane. Okay, here we go. Deep in the middle of Nova Scotia, far from its quaint coastal towns, sits Lansdowne, a hamlet of around 100 people in a cellular dead zone. It's surrounded by endless spruce forest, bushes like razors, wire, and bogs that breed swarms of black flies. Like many faded settlements across the Maritime, Lansdowne reached its peak more than a century ago. About 150 kilometers northeast of Halifax, it was once a busy railroad stop bustling with Scottish immigrants who dug iron and copper mines deep into the hillsides. Today, those mine shafts are abandoned. One long train a day cuts through the community. Uh, Hold on. Okay, I got you. Share. Next time. much like American Appalachia, represent, this once prosperous corner of Pictou County, now economically stagnant. One of the five one of five children live in poverty, higher than most other counties in the province. It's here where the lives of Lilly and Jack Sullivan were implanted 2 years ago to a rundown trailer set back from Highway 289, where their pregnant mother and stepfather, with their pregnant mother and stepfather. They needed a place to live, and their step grandmother, who owned a home, welcomed them to live with her. And this is the notorious Daniel and Justin on the very clean ass ATV. Moving forward, life with Lily 6 and Jack 4 inside the cluttered trailer in Lansdowne was chaotic, to say the least. There were holes in the floor of the front stoop, tarps to protect the underside of the trailer from the elements, and so much racket from the lively children that their step grandmother soon retreated to the camper in the driveway. Yeah. Oh, Miss Junkyard Janie moved out, right? She all moved out. Their stepfather, putting it lightly, Daniel Martell, 34, and I'm going to insert there immature ass years lying old, with pale eyes and ropey arms. That's a good way to describe him. Worked at the local hardwood mill. Their mother, Malaya Brooks-Murray, 27, a member of the I can't pronounce it, First National, with chin length dark hair, stayed home with their baby Meadow. Inside the mobile home, a large wood stove filled up most of the living room. The kids' artwork was pasted to the kitchen wall next to the sliding patio door that led to a yard where they spent hours playing next to the chicken coop. Lily chattered away to her dolls and stuffed animals. Jack turned over rocks and pieces of wood in search for bugs and worms. Outside the fenced yard and over a steep embankment, the children sometimes played in a small fort nestled beneath uh, burrows of spruce. It was like their own little dream world. I like that. It's kind of enchanting, that little picture right there. Thank you so much, Lorraine. We are portable. Lorraine takes us with her. Appreciate you, Lorraine. Very kind of you. Okay. Most days, Jack and Lily hopped on the bus to attend Salt Springs Elementary, a rural school about 20-minute ride from their home. Jack, smaller than his peers, was strapped in the front of the bus next to his sister. The morning the children were reported missing, the big yellow school bus rolled past the mobile home without stopping for a second day in a row. Jack and Lily were usually standing up by the side of the road, waiting to be picked up. But earlier that morning of May 2nd, their mother had marked them both absent from school at about 6:15 a.m. Both parents have said it was because Lily had a cough. They say they heard the children playing in the room while they dozed in the bedroom with their toddler. Daniel said he saw Lily pop in and out a few times at about 9:40 a.m. You're full of shit, Daniel. The couple says they awoke and realized the children were gone. They quote, they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of that at the time. And the next thing we know, it was quiet, end quote. She told CTV Atlantic, quote, we get up and I tell my partner, Daniel, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. Instantly, we are looking outside. We are looking everywhere, yelling for them, end quote. Jack and Lily's mysterious disappearance has baffled the community. More than 3 months after they were reported missing, after one of the largest search in Nova Scotia's history and an intense police investigation, police still haven't confirmed the circumstances of how the young siblings went missing. It's possible that there were clues, even potential warning signs in their home life. A closer look into the lives of Jack and Lily show that all was not well in the trailer in Lansdowne. This is a beautiful picture uh, of Belinda. Such a cozy, Nova Scotia seems like a cozy little place. You know what I mean? It just seems like it would be, I'm not a winter fan. I don't like the cold. But if I was going to be in the cold somewhere, I think Nova Scotia in a little cabin with a piping little chimney and some hot chocolate and some good Wi-Fi might work for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Okay. 1 second. They heard them playing outside, but we weren't aware of it. Yeah. What a contradiction. Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you. Excuse me. And here is her father, Henry Brooks, is among many waiting for the news right here. And of course, we know who this lying ass face is. That morning, Jack's blue dinosaur boots were gone. So were Lily's pink rubber boots and her white backpack with strawberries. The only clue left behind, according to the parents, was one child-sized boot print in the driveway a few meters from the home. Malaya called 911 about 10 a.m. Daniel said he jumped in her white SUV and left to check nearby dirt roads, culverts, and streams. Soon, an army of search and rescue volunteers arrived wearing orange hunting vests. They fanned out, conducting a grid search in a swarm of thick woods around the home. Drones and a helicopter scoured overhead. A police dog on a leash with a handle set about the yard. Police combed every inch of the property. They rummaged through the mobile home, reached inside a hamster cage, tore apart a brush pile, unzipped the suitcase lying in the middle of the yard. They opened the top of the dryer at the end of the driveway and peered in the chicken hut. They searched the camper van where Daniel's mother, Janie McKenzie, lives. Daniel's mother, Janie McKenzie, lives. Okay, meaning they searched there 3 times. Okay. That morning, Malaya messaged the children's paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, quote, I never thought they would run off on me like that, end quote. She wrote, quote, I'm so distraught. This is Malaya writing to Belinda this. Hours later, and still no sign of the children, Malaya floated the idea that Jack and Lily were abducted. Quote, many are suspecting they were picked up by somebody, quote, end quote. She texted Belinda, quote, cause there is no trace of them or Lily's backpack, quote, end quote. Daniel, meanwhile, was tearing through the woods on foot and wandering in streams, telling people he was moving faster than the police helicopters. That day, carloads of family members pulled up to help search. In the mid afternoon, a non encrypted radio channel cracked with voices of emergency responders. Quote, family brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket, which the mother says she believed belongs to her daughter, quote, end quote, radioed an official. Actually, Daniel and Malaya both confirmed that. Emergency responders dispatched a canine unit to the site where they seized Lily's pink blanket, torn and wound around the lower branches of spruce. It was about a kilometer from the mobile home off the off the gravel Lansdowne Road where Daniel's father and uncle lives. The road runs into the deep backcountry, connecting the dirt roads that snake further into the wilderness to remote lakes, backwood dumps, and clear-cut tracts of land. When a police officer asked Daniel about the pink blanket, he said it wasn't Lily's at first. Oh, really, Daniel? Really? Police began pounding on doors into the early hours of the next morning. They came to the door of Daniel's father, Earl Martell, a retired tire plant worker who lives atop a hill in a bungalow he built himself 40 years ago. Officers peered with flashlights into the corners of his living room, jumbled with the craft supplies and Hot Wheels of Daniel's two school-age biological children who often visit on weekends. Earl guided police into the yard to old campers and a derelict log cabin filled with junk, and to Daniel's older model black sedan in need of repair he couldn't afford. Here you go, folks. Here you go. No, Lady Gracious, they don't. Hey, Miss Belinda, good to see you, darling. Hope you're well. As good as can be expected. Okay, let's go. Is this can't be, this is a building, right? This isn't his house. This isn't Earl's house, is it? That's got to be the building. Police checked Earl Martell's property, home to a cluttered cabin and old campers for Lily and Jack in the middle of the night on May 3rd. Okay. Police also banged on the door of the home of Belinda in Middle, is it Muscatobie? I always mess that up. About half an hour from Lansdowne. They were looking to talk to her son, who had been living there for the last 9 months after losing his roofing job. But Cody Sullivan hadn't seen Jack and Lily since he and Malaya separated 3 years ago. He cut off ties after she filed for her full custody of the children. Over the coming days, police returned twice more to interrogate him and take photos of vehicles. Through the night, search and rescue volunteers combed the woods and helicopters and drones that can detect body heat scanned overhead. Malaya was up to texting with Belinda, quote, I have reason to believe they may have been taken by someone, quote, end quote. She wrote, quote, they should have found them by now if they were in the woods. So very quickly, Malaya goes from they never would leave the yard. I can't believe that they are in the yard, would leave the yard, to um they should have found them. People are talking about someone might have taken them, to I have reason to believe the kids may have been taken. What's that reason, Miss Malaya? What's that reason you and Mr. Daniel have always, said that they might have been taken, when even the RCMP, the one of the only things that they have been clear about is that they've not been taken. There's nothing to suggest that. So what is your reason, Miss Malaya, Mr. Daniel? Can anyone tell me who approached the reporter? No, but they don't always tell their sources, and for good reason. But you can bet that they got receipts. They check it before. The next morning, Belinda set out to help search for her grandchildren. As she drove toward the trailer on Highway 289 past the trail of orange traffic cones, it hit her where she was headed. Over the last 2 years, Malaya had distanced herself from Belinda. She stopped bringing the children to visit, later explaining that Daniel was jealous and didn't want her going there or giving out the address. The grandmother said she had never been invited to the house until she showed up to help in the search. Belinda didn't know this was their home until her grandchildren was living in a home that she noticed multiple times on her way while driving to Halifax. Quote, wow, wow, end quote, she thought, as she stepped inside speaking to Malaya. Everything she saw, from the junk-strewn yard to the cluttered kitchen, was the total opposite of neat and tidy woman she used to know. Even though she'd heard it once before, she needed to hear it again. What happened? She asked. Malaya opened the low, rumbling, sliding patio door to the kitchen, demonstrating how she assumed the children quietly left the home while she and Daniel were sleeping. Quote, well, Malaya, Belinda recalled saying, you're the mom. You know these kids better than anybody. So were you, sorry. So where do you feel they'd go? What would take their interest? What direction would they go? Malaya says she had no idea. Right? Look at all the prickly, trees there and stuff. It's crazy. See the bridges and all. I guess this is all of Earl's property, maybe. That day, as search and rescue teams tramped through the woods, rolling ankles and plucking ticks from their skin. Oh my God, guys, put bug spray on, please. You don't want limes. I don't know if there's limes in Nova Scotia, but Malaya stood on the side of the highway in front of a local television camera. Quote, "It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful they're feeling warm," quote, end quote, she said, swallowing back tears. "We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everybody loves them." She also took to Facebook pleading for police to issue an Amber Alert, a national public alert to locate abducted children. "I want my babies home. My children are not shy to strangers and they will go with anyone. They don't understand stranger danger," she wrote on May 3rd. Excuse me. Daniel also pushed for such an alert, telling the Globe the abduction is a possibility, something he said he tried to raise early on with police, but he said they looked at him like he was crazy. Because you fucking are, Daniel. I added that. Perhaps it's because the home is so remote, where few travel or have reason to pass by. Also, Nova Scotia police require specific criteria to activate an Amber Alert, including a description of a child, abductor, or vehicle, and reasonable grounds to believe an abduction has occurred. In this case, RCMP have repeatedly said there is no such evidence. Quote, "I asked them to go to every airport, all the airports, and intake for different provinces, PEI and New Brunswick," quote, end quote, Daniel said, breaking down crying. Quote, "They will go with anybody because they're undiagnosed autistic. They will go with anybody as long as you offer them food or water. Uh, say, 'I'll take you home to mom or dad,' and they'll immediately get in with them. You immediately offer them food or water, they'll get in." They probably would that morning, Daniel and Malaya, because you didn't get your asses up and give them some food. That is, if the story you're even telling us is true, which I have reason to believe it's not. Thank you, Hobo, darling. Appreciate you. 7 months, my dear. Good. Thank you, Justin Amons, for all your hard work. Justin, thank you so much, my dear. Much love, Hobo. Appreciate you, my friend. 7 months. How you doing, girl? Oh, just wait. This article gets very, very interesting. 1 second, y'all. I need to take a drink of something. My throat's dry. I just got here and I'm already mad. Oh, Sarah, just wait. Just wait. Daniel does whatever is convenient for Daniel. Daniel is in my opinion, an egotistical liar. I'm getting parched, Jess. Hell no, they're not telling him anything. Hell no. Diet Pepsi. But I'll drink Diet Coke in a pinch. Or if they sponsor me, I'll drink Diet Coke. Daniel wants to be the superhero. That's all he wants to be. Justin, swear for me. LOL, love it. Yes, I will. Trust me. All right, here we go. Did I read this part? Yeah, the most diagnosed. Yeah. It was late afternoon that Saturday when Daniel and Malaya relatives began to turn on each other. How about that? They was turning on each other already. In the dooryard of the trailer. What's a dooryard? The door to the yard? Is that what it is? In the dooryard of the trailer, a discussion about math use in the home led to one of Malaya's family members to hurl an accusation that Daniel must have something to do with the children's disappearance. The charge ignited a blaze of angry words. Hold on, guys, I gotta clean my glasses. Daniel's mother, Janie, ordered some of Malaya's family members off the property. Just up the road, Daniel and Malaya waited at the search and rescue headquarters for an update from police. It was around supper time when officers pointed out that the maps were searched. Pointed out the maps were searched where the searchers had been. Suddenly, Malaya said she wasn't feeling well. She walked out with Meadow on her hip. In the back of an ambulance, Malaya sobbed uncontrollably. Her mother, a registered nurse, Cindy Murray, at her side. Daniel pleaded with Malaya to speak. Daniel pleaded with Malaya to speak to her alone, but her mother stepped in front of him. Cindy, get the fuck out of here, Daniel recalled saying. Oh, hell. Oh, I didn't know that. Daniel. See, that's what happens. That's what happens whenever someone who's losing control, right? Like Daniel. And that's a quote, by the way. That's a quote. Cindy, get the fuck out of here, quote unquote, Daniel recalled saying. The woman hustled to Cindy's car, strapped in Meadow, and sped off down the dirt road. I love you, Daniel called out to his children through the rolled through his child rather, through the rolled up back window. It was the last time the couple was together. After that, Malaya blocked Daniel from contacting her and later changed her Facebook account status to single. Belinda emerged from the woods just before dark. It had been 36 hours since the children had disappeared, and she was considering sleeping in her car to begin searching again at first light. But then she learned Malaya had left Lansdowne, something that had troubled her ever since. If she could leave, Belinda said, her chin quivering in sorrow, then that means she knew they weren't coming back. And that's exactly right. Can you imagine a press conference is going on? Malaya says she's not feeling good, and she gets in the back of an ambulance. Chaos ensues. Daniel's cussing Malaya's mother, Cindy, and they zoom off from the very first press conference of their children missing 36 hours into the children vanishing. She leaves and she never comes back. That is only, in my opinion, a mother who knows what happened to their children. Daniel also upset that Malaya left. Quote, "I've been the only one there for them," end quote. He sobbed in an interview. Quote, "She can't control them. Only I can. They act out wherever, where, what, I cannot talk today. They act out whenever she's there. She always gets me to calm them down or gets them to stop fighting or feeding them or get them up and put them to bed every night." You are such a fucking liar, Daniel. You are the lyingest piece of shit God ever stretched a piece of skin over. You said, you told us, Daniel, that Malaya puts them to bed every night. That's exactly what you told us, Daniel. Now you're the one that puts them to bed. You're the one that gets them up. You're the one that feeds them. You're the one that calms them. Here, you are being quoted. Hold on. Dina Lynn, why are you not a mod? Sounds like the Watts changing his story again. Yes. Hold on, I'll change that, Dina Lynn. I don't know why you're not a mod. I think Daniel is who did something, in my opinion. Oh, I think he absolutely, in my opinion, knows more. What a piece of shit, Daniel. I need to capture that so I can add that to Daniel's contradictions. Right there. Save. All right. The day before the children were reported missing, the Mounties say the children were observed in public with family members. It was the last time they were seen by anyone outside the family. Daniel has said in an interview that the evening before the kids disappeared, everyone was home. He said he spent the evening working on a fence in the backyard. It was a night just like any other for the young children, he added, though he couldn't remember what time they went to bed. Daniel, you told us between 7 and 9, and you dumbass, if you put them to bed every night, you would know, dummy. Again, you just contradict the hell out of yourself. There is, however, at least one account of strange activity at the mobile home that night. RCMP spokesperson Corporal Carly McCann confirmed that the police received a tip on May 8th from someone who described hearing a vehicle come and go from the mobile home throughout the night before the children were missing. There you go, mother chickens. There you go. Boom, Daniel. Boom. Quote, investigators are continuing to review and assess more than 600 tips from the public and follow up on over 800 tasks, she wrote in an email. Yes, this happened the night before. Janie, you know it as well. Don't act stupid. It's ridiculous. These kids are out there somewhere, and y'all know where the fuck they are. Pisses me off. There are babies out there somewhere, and they can't even get a decent burial. So sad. A neighbor who spoke to the Globe said they reported this information on May 8th. The neighbor said they were working on a vehicle in their own yard when they heard the same loud 5-speed car come and go from the trailer about 6 times from midnight to 5 a.m. There you go. This is a bombshell, guys. And I've heard this privately as well, but they said it, so good for them. For the next 5 days, search and rescue teams poured over the area. On the 6th day of the children's disappearance, police announced they were scaling back. It was unlikely, they said, that the children were still alive. In the following week, searchers returned twice more. They zeroed in around the home and the natural gas pipeline, the one that was absolutely, in my opinion, shit planted around there. Daniel, Junkyard Janie, Justin. In the following week, searchers returned. Okay, I already read that part. I'm so freaking mad. Where a possible child-size boot print was found. Lily's blanket was also nearby. Police divers scoured lakes. They drained the septic tank of the mobile home and inspected 4 abandoned mine shafts in Lansdowne, a search that eerily familiar for locals. In 2002, amateur mineral explorers discovered the remains of a man who had disappeared 19 years earlier in one of these copper mines. 39 years old Alex Penny's car was found abandoned on a dirt road in Lansdowne. Months later, his mysterious disappearance. It's a chilling homicide that has never been solved, one that rattles around in the collective memories of the people who live here. Police have said they plan to search more of these old mine shafts for the children. A provincial database shows 5 within several kilometers of the mobile home. Dozens more pepper the backwoods and rural highways of Pictou County. Police have described the case as highly unusual. Yeah. Most missing persons cases resolve shortly after they're reported to police. But the disappearance of Jack and Lily have become a complex and intensive major crime investigation involving a, quote, tremendous amount of careful and deliberate investigative work, quote, end quote, said the RCMP Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon. In an update last month, the Nova Scotia government offered a $150,000 reward for information. So far, the Mounties say they've drawn on units from other provinces, interrogated dozens of people, sought 10 judicial authorizations to seize records or search warrants, administered polygraph tests, took possession of electronic devices, viewed thousands of video files, and are awaiting forensic tests and on items found during the search, including Lily's pink blanket. you know, the one said Daniel even believes is planted now. Thank you so much, Dean White. Really do appreciate you, my friend, for your support. Thank you, dear. Good to see you. Thank you so much, honey. Just wait. There's more. Daniel initially told police on May 5th that the pink blanket found in the woods did not belong to Lilly. But he later changed the story. In a subsequent interview, he suggests the blanket was planted, taken from his week-old garbage. He also claimed 2 of the sweaters mysteriously disappeared from his home after the kids went missing. He declined to elaborate further. If there is anyone that still believes Daniel, please go get help. Go get your fucking help, please. Because how could anyone believe this SOB at this point? Daniel, you got rid of those sweaters Saturday, didn't you? Saturday evening, you got rid of those sweaters. Didn't you? You took them out. Sure did. Thank you, Ann, honey. Appreciate you very much. Good to Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Good to see you, my love. He's a compulsive, lying meth head. There's no shame in addiction, Daniel. September, I will be clean 11 years. So trust me, no shame. Nobody's shaming you for that. Get it the fuck together. You're a father. You're still a piece of shit, but you're a father. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for your continued coverage. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, my love. I get a little out of character with Daniel. He pisses me off. Like, he really gets under my skin. Very few people do. He gets under my skin because he's a little weasel. He is a little weasel. That's all he is. He's a little lying ass weasel. So far, Mounties say they've drawn on units. Okay, I've already read that part. 1 second. Oh, I need to screenshot this part to add to Daniel's textbook of lying. I'm going to write a book on this case. I'm telling you. Ugh. Daniel, you declined to elaborate why you lied? I'm shocked. Usually you cover it up with another lie. Behind the scenes, people's concerns for the children's welfare had already raised red flags. A child protection supervisor in the nearby town of New Glasgow rushed to prepare a memo for Deputy Minister Craig Beaton about Lilly and Jack on the day of the children's disappearance, according to redacted briefing notes obtained by the Globe through Freedom of Information legislation. Okay. I need to screenshot this, guys. Just bear with me. I got to add some of this shit to the file. Daniel. I think we need to do a search this fall in that area. I really do. I think once it cools down and all the leaves fall and all that, I think I need to go. I need to go to Lansdowne this fall. Okay. 2 weeks later, in mid-May, another memo about the children was prepared from senior staff in the province Children's Welfare Department. Opportunities and Social Development Minister Scott Armstrong, who also told the Globe he asked for more information about his department's interaction with the children, has so far declined to discuss. The government responded to concern about Jack and Lily's well-being prior to their disappearance. Sorry, guys, this upsets me so much. I just want to cry. I'm holding back tears. What is known about Jack and Lily's interaction with child welfare authorities is that a social worker came to the trailer over concerns raised by the school, told you guys, several months before the disappearance to assess their home life. Like I told you, there are people in that school that I've spoken to. That's all I'll say, right? And they have brought up a lot of concerns. A lot of concerns. Those kids didn't have a chance. Teachers and other professionals who work with children have a legal duty to report if they have any reasonable grounds to suspect a child may have, or is about to suffer abuse. And home visits occur when there's a reason to be concerned about the child's safety and care. Daniel, however, told the Globe the visit was related to children's learning difficulties in school. He said the children were suspected of having autism and were scheduled to see the doctor the same month they vanished. He declined to answer further questions about the involvement of child protection staff in the kids' lives. Yes, this Mother Fletcher said the reason CPS visited their home was because of Lily and Jack's learning disabilities. They were very intelligent kids, Malaya and Daniel. They just didn't have any well-worth parents that even spent a fucking second to even work with them. The best thing you can give your kids is an education. And it can be given no matter if you're rich or poor in the western part of the world, at least. The best thing you can do is spend 20 minutes a night after supper doing homework with them. They're 4 and 6. Preschool. I mean, these children, after she got with Daniel, they were on their own. It was fend for yourself. They were starved for attention. They were starved in every way. Yeah, Melinda, I'm in the the mid-Atlantic of the United States, and sometimes it snows here even before Halloween. Not usually, but it's usually cold as hell in Halloween. Pretty cold. It's either roasting or cold on Halloween. This is the school Lilly and Jack went to. Poor babies. And like I've said since day one, I could tell who Daniel Martell was. Since day one. Now, I've always said that in my opinion, you can believe what you want, but in my opinion, Malaya is equally as Daniel, meaning knowing what happened. But I will say this. Everything changed. There's always a factor. You know, I always talk about, if you've watched me a long time, I always talk about there's what I call the health of the family. And if you live with a family, your family, or even if you just live with your husband or your wife or whatever, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, there's always the health of the family, and it goes up and down. There's good times, there's bad times, and all of that. But then there are major factors, major life-changing factors that happen. And the thing that happened is Daniel Martell. That is the reason, in my opinion alone, I'm saying this, that Jack and Lilly Sullivan are missing. And I'll tell you why. I don't believe he is necessarily the only one that may have done something or may be involved. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, the day she met Daniel, right? The day she met Daniel, everything had changed. She just didn't know it yet. And they lived with Patty, correct me if I'm wrong, Blenda, for about 6 months. And this is when Daniel didn't have control. Belinda got to see the kids, right? Belinda got to see the kids up until then. Everything was fine. But then he moves Malaya out to that junkyard. And now he can he's got control, right? He's got control of her. She's out there with no family whatsoever, right? She didn't have a car. They lived with Janie almost a year in the trailer, right? But I'm not talking about Janie. Who did they live with before Blenda? Her grandma. What's her name? Patty. That's when you got to see her, the kids, right? I'm sorry, I said Janie probably earlier. I meant Patty. But that is when things changed, is when they moved away from Patty's. That's when Belinda didn't get to see him anymore. And she's out there with Daniel's family. They lived with Patty for a year. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Right. And when they got in that trailer, mom, brother, all of them. That she's out there without a car. She got some of her money taken away, from what I understand, because of allegedly, claiming too many people or something. I don't know. And it changed everything. Just like in Sebastian Rogers' case, I don't think there's one person that is involved, but I think there is one person. If Sebastian hadn't had one person in his life, he wouldn't be missing right now. Right? In Summer Wells' case, I think if there wasn't one person in Summer Wells' life, she wouldn't be missing either. So, for God's sakes, if you get in another relationship with you when you have kids, pick them wisely. Pick them wisely. And don't ever, ever let some other person lay a hand on your kid. Ever. From the outside, there were signs. Oh shit! might have to change the time on the other live. From the outside, there were signs that Children's Home's life was strange. There were developmentally behind other children, and arrived to school grubby and without appropriate winter clothing, prompting staff to provide it for them. According to the school board employee with direct knowledge, the Globe is not identifying the source because they're not authorized to disclose the details about students. Correct. Yeah. Listen, teachers know. The school knows. Yeah. So, fuck you, Daniel, and fuck you, Malaya, for not supplying them clothes, winter clothes, and the school had to provide it because of your meth problems. You pieces of garbage. Poor babies. Last December, Jack came to school with a black eye. According to a photo of him posted by his elementary school, the photo of the class trip on December 13th, 2024, 5 months before he and his sister disappeared. They didn't disappear. They know, y'all know where they're at. Daniel Malaya, in my opinion, shows him sitting next to other students in the forest with green and blue purple bruise below his left eye. Another photo shows a possible black eye and bruising on Jack's face in a photo taken in September 2024. An injury that Daniel defended on social media, saying it was caused by Lilly. You're a piece of shit, Daniel, and nobody believes you. You're pathetic. Things can happen. Kids get scratched up, bruised, and things like that. They do. Nobody's saying that doesn't happen, right? But they don't get black eyes multiple times when they're a 4-year-old, you piece of shit, Daniel. Guys, I'm sorry for my cussing. I can't. I gotta let it out some way. So I apologize for those of you that don't like me cussing, but it just is what it is right now. You're a puss, Daniel. Let's see here. Another photo shows a possible black eye and bruising on Jack's face in a photo taken around September 2024, an injury that Daniel defended on social media, saying it was caused by Lilly, blaming the sister. And you know what, Daniel? You know what? Pinch my neck or something. Lilly was the only protection Jack had when she was there. She was the best big sister she could be. Quote, one time Lilly punched him in the face, end quote, he wrote. I need to take a couple screenshots of this so I can add it to Daniel's lies. One second here. All right. Poor little Jackie. All right. He also said that Lilly had a black eye when the children went missing from an accident. I did not know that. What? She supposedly had a black eye when she went missing? I did not know that. How convenient, Daniel. Get your ass up to the fucking RCMP, Daniel and Malaya, and tell them where those babies are. Shame on fucking both of you. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. This is so upsetting. No, I did not know that. Oh, that's exactly why I think it was. But I think it was Friday night. I think it was after they got home. They either got drugs or they didn't get drugs, and they either wanted to sleep or they wanted to party, and I think he snapped. I remember the black guy in the Tonka truck, but I didn't know that was when they went missing. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's so upsetting. They did something with these kids, in my opinion. And that does happen. I mean, now, when my boys were little, they had a I don't remember what it. I don't know. I think it was one of my boys he had skates on and he had his brother's skates on his hands. He had 4 of them on like that, and he went out all 4s, and he kind of cut his chin or something. But I don't know about a black eye, Daniel. Oh, I can't imagine when the truth comes out. Daniel is a piece of garbage. And so is Janie. Janie, shame on your ass. You know that something happened, in my opinion. And you're willing to let a preschooler and a kindergartner sit out in the woods somewhere because of Daniel. I understand he's your son, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Didn't you teach him if you do something wrong, be honorable about it? This is why none of your fucking stories ever made sense, Janie, Daniel, Malaya. Even your damn family doesn't believe you. Thank you, Ann, honey, for 12 months. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, Angel Love. I appreciate you so much, my friend. You work so hard. Proud of you to keep bringing truth, dark delight. Love you. I love you too so much, Angel. Thank you so much, honey. Really do appreciate you. Sherry, thank you so much, honey. Sweaters may be blood raking the driveway cover. Oh, it's got, yeah. I mean, has anyone, Daniel said, oh, Malaya might be setting me up. The only thing she took was my 2 sweaters and wrote a note in lipstick, you fucking animal. She did not. And he said, I hope these sweaters aren't planted with Lilly and Jack. I don't think they're planted with Lilly and Jack, Daniel, because you got rid of them Saturday evening, the sweaters. But I do think there could be fibers on it. Thank you so much, Sherry. Appreciate you very much, honey. Good to see you. Thank you, Ann, or Jen. Sorry. Thank you so much, my dear. We are Lilly and Jack's army. We won't stop. No, we won't. Sharon, thank you so much. Is poof the new excuse for parents and LE is just falling for it? Sharon, I don't think that they're falling for it. I think that in these cases, there is just not enough sometimes, right? Daniel and Malaya's got an old beat up car. Probably doesn't keep much of a black box. It overwrites quickly if it does. They probably didn't take their phones. It's a very rural area. But it's going to, listen, Lilly and Jack are going to be found, and justice is going to be served. Just like it's coming for Sebastian, just like it is for Summer Wells, just like it is for Michael Vaughn. There's too many people praying. God hears our prayers. Thank you so much, Shannon. Appreciate you. Thank you, Christine. Good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you, love. Appreciate your support, my dear. Lidim, thank you so much, love. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you. Hope you are well. Y'all welcome, Lidim. Thank you so much, love. And thank you, CZ. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you, my dear. All right, we'll get through this article. I got another live planned. I'm going to back it up. He also said that Lillian had a black eye when the children went missing from an accident appeared with the Tonka truck on May 1st, the day before the children disappeared. She pushed down on the truck and it swung and hit in the face. The family was under pressure, a confluence of financial woes left the couple turning to relatives for help. Well, more like, according to Malaya's stepdad, more like stealing. Like many lower tie workers at the mill, Daniel has been cut back one shift a week during the spring thaw because of an annual ban on heavy logging trucks on soggy local roads. His car off the road because it needed repairs he couldn't afford, wasn't drivable, and he had to rely on his uncle, who also worked at the mill, to take him to work or Malaya, whose maternal grandmother had recently helped her buy a white Nissan SUV. I can't get rid of this cough. Daniel's father, Earl, said he bought the couple's groceries and gas and provided firewood to heat their home. Daniel, however, denied having money problems and had claimed to friends that he was getting into investing and turning his life around after a divorce. Negative. Daniel, it sounds like you lie when you don't even have to lie. Other means of cash flow had been cut off in recent months. Child support payments for Jack and Lily's biological father had stopped after he lost his job. Malaya's monthly Canada Child Benefits check or baby bonus, which under federal guidelines would be $1,900 a month, had halted because Daniel hadn't filed his taxes, which were due April 30th. The stresses were coming to a head, y'all. They were coming to a head. Other means of cash flow had been cut off. Okay, I read that part. The struggles didn't end there. Malaya described Daniel as controlling and said she had wanted out, writing in a message to Belinda on June 15th, "I never wanted to stay there." Belinda wrote back saying she wished Malaya would have reached out. We would have helped we would have done what we could to help. Malaya said, "I know." Malaya responded, "My mom is saying the same thing." This is the thing, Malaya. You can't rely on mommy and daddy and everyone else your whole life. Okay, Jen. You can't rely on them your whole life. You're a mother yourself. You have to provide answers and safety to them, to your children. You can't just think, "Oh, I didn't want to stay there. Didn't want to stay there." You fucking moved in. Cindy, Malaya's mother, declined to be interviewed. After the children's disappearance, Malaya also confided in the paternal grandmother, Connie Brooks, a member of the, I forget, First Nation. She described how Daniel would hold her down and take her phone. Quote, he was having her, I don't know what you call it, scared. She couldn't go anywhere, do anything, end quote, Connie said. Quote, that's what she told me, and that's what I told detectives. Boom. I am glad the Globe is getting real with this now. Thank you. When she asked her granddaughter about drugs in the home, she said Malaya told her that Daniel concealed a drug addiction for nearly the first year of their relationship. You're not that stupid, Malaya. You're full of shit. You're lying about that too. You're lying about that too. You can't be messing with someone on meth for a whole fucking year and then you not know it. Mr. Methdell. This is Grandma Connie. And this is Henry Brooks. And Daniel and Malaya, according to we'll call him Malaya's stepfather, they have stole from her immensely. Bless her heart. Without answers, theories abound. For some, maybe there's a way to hold out hope or shift attention elsewhere. There are also those who believe the children are still alive, taken or hidden somewhere. One such rumor circulating in social media groups is that Lilly and Jack were taken by one of Malaya's relatives and are being held on a reserve. It's bullshit. I've said it the whole time. The rumor prompted Chief Michelle Glasgow to respond on social media. Quote, that whole dialogue was made up by a racist fool, and anyone entertaining it is a racist fool, quote, end quote. She wrote in a text message that she posted to Facebook on July 10th. They treated Belinda very bad, by the way. The vacuum of information about missing children has stoked a voracious demand for clues and conjecture on social media and in the online true crime community. True crime amateur community is a Criming Shame, a Vancouver-based YouTube channel, which has morphed into speaking exclusively on the case. It's a live stream about Jack and Lily, has been viewed 500,000 times for several hours, multiple times a week. Host Sunny invites guests on her show and discusses the case and rants provocatively, calling out those who she disbelieves. In the case of Jack and Lily, Daniel frequently pops up in the live chats like, quote, whack-a-mole, end quote, she says. Belinda has also called in as a guest. Most recently, she presented text messages with Malaya, who reached by the phone, refused to verify if the text messages were hers. They were hers. Malaya also repeatedly declined to be interviewed by the Globe. You're a loser, Malaya, for that. Saying police advised her not to speak to the media. You're lying, Malaya. That is not true. They said be mindful. You're not mindful about anything other than your own self. On the ground, the high-profile case conjured up other drama. Recently, a local online content creator arrived to the home of Malaya's mother, Cindy, under the auspices of buying a horse trailer. The man subsequently recorded a 45 interaction with her partner, Wade Paris, discussing the missing children and posted the video online. In interviews with the Globe, Hold on one second, guys. I need to. What time is my other live? Okay, I'm gonna have to switch that time. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. In interviews with the Globe, Daniel has said he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance. And he said he passed a polygraph test with police to prove it. Daniel, yeah, I just switched it. Daniel, that lie detector test caught on fire. You probably lied so much. Easily provable lies, Daniel. Easily. He lamented the stigma the case carries over into his everyday life. He's on stress leave from the mill. People stare at him or give him dirty looks whenever he goes out in public. Wonder why. Recently, at a used car dealership, he said a salesman snatched a vehicle key from his hand and walked away when he realized he was talking to Lilly and Jack's stepfather. Whoever that is, I'll buy you lunch. Good for you. And walked away when he realized he was talking to Lilly and Jack's stepfather. His Facebook is filled with direct messages from strangers calling him a, quote, child unaliver. Quote, to where are the bodies? He said they ask every day. But then a profile that the Globe had previously communicated with Daniel on also appears in Facebook chat groups frequently, offering up riddles and conjecture that the children were taken by someone they know and are being held prisoner. Quote, as long as I remain the target, the sick person or persons that have the kids may relax and make a mistake. RCMP better capitalize on that, the user wrote this week. That would, i.e., in my opinion, be Daniel as well. His mother, Janie, said she also believes the children are still alive because she says that they have never gone into the woods by themselves or wandered off. A self-described hermit, it looks like more than 2 months. Sorry, it took her more than 2 months to speak publicly during an interview from CBC and releasing voice memos in a public social media chat. She said she heard the children playing in the backyard from inside her camper on the morning they disappeared, and she too believes someone took them. No, you don't, Janie, in my opinion. In Malaya's tribal community, her father, Henry Brooks, is hopeful his grandchildren will be found. He says the last time he spoke with the children, Jack told him he loved him. He says, quote, it's weighing heavy on me, end quote. He said, quote, really heavy. At her home in Middle Muscatope, Belinda spends her days alternatively tending her sprawling back garden and advocating for her missing grandchildren. She appears on YouTube live streams and in social media chats, picking up breadcrumbs along the way she hopes will lead to Lilly and Jack. In her blue and white kitchen, where Jack once crawled across the laminate floors and Lilly hammered it up in her gardening hats and old eyeglasses, she is resigned to a grim reality. Quote, I think somebody there must know what happened, end quote, she said about the mobile home in Lansdowne. I really believe my grandchildren are, I don't believe my grandchildren are alive, but to not get answers, it's like, no, there's answers out there. Two kids don't just disappear in the morning and nobody knows nothing. So if they don't find answers outside that home, then the answers are inside of the home, quote unquote, she said. In hindsight, she says she wishes she would have pushed harder to see the kids, to see Lily on her birthday in March. Looking at the photos of the children from the past 2 years, she noticed they looked thin, possibly malnourished, with dry, cracked lips, something she says she might have picked up on if she would have seen them in person. And it makes her wonder about the other adults in their lives. She recently learned others had concerns about the children's safety. She also wants to know what child protection social workers knew prior to Jack and Lily's disappearance, whether they suspected the children were being abused, and what was being done about it. Quote, I hate to say it, but every one of us have failed them, end quote. Belinda said, quote, we all failed these kids, end quote. There you have it. Wow. That there is a lot in there. I don't see how Daniel or Malaya even sticks their head out of that house without feeling just shame. It's my birthday, so I wanted to check in case I missed you. It's your birthday, soldier girl. Happy birthday, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. I'll sing to you later tonight if you want me to. Love you, darling. Thank you so much for everything, soldier girl. Esther, thank you so much, my dear. Merci, Justin, for fighting for justice. Well, thank you, my dear. I really do appreciate your support, my love. Good to see you. Thank you so very much, honey. And Jennifer, thank you so much, hon. Appreciate you. I'm a special education teacher, and my heart breaks for the teachers and the admin at their school. We do all we can to protect these kids. This is heartbreaking. Yeah. And I've seen so many teachers. All they can do is report. All they can do is report and comfort the kids while they're at school with them. But CPS, DHS has to pick up on it, right? And many times they're failed. So thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really do appreciate you, darling. Again, caught the lie detector machine on fire. Then he tried to light his math pipe with those flames. You were exactly right, Sarah. Damn right. Damn right. I hope it burn his whiskers, too. Such an asshole, Daniel. Disgusting. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate you, darling, for all you do for this case. And thank you, Bonkers. Justin will never get, never. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Bonkers, good to see you, my dear. Portia, thank you for gifting a pearl necklace. I really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you for your support and being a member here as well. If you received that, make sure you thank dear Portia. Really do appreciate you, my dear. And Crazy Buck, thank you so much, my dear. 57th birthday. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday. Really do appreciate you. You and Soldier Girl's birthday is the same day. Wow. I thought it was a great article, CB. Yeah, great article. So thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you very, very much. Because they were stuck. Seems like they had to try. Yeah. Yep. I'll sing to you guys later if you want. It's Crazy Buck and Soldier Girl's birthday. Today's your birthday, Kathleen. Happy birthday, darling. Happy birthday to you as well. It really does, Daphne. It really does. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. I'll be back here in a little bit, guys. I'm starting a new case as well. It is a case out of the Hamptons, the very end of the Hamptons, where only the multi millionaires and billionaires play. There was a woman, an up and coming woman, found dead on what is believed to be her boyfriend's yacht. And the beautiful woman, and it's trying to be covered up, and it's a doozy. It's a doozy. You got to hear this one. It's going to be a crazy one. Telling you. Yeah, so I'll be live with that here in a little bit. Hit the notification bell so you'll be reminded when I go live. Buckle up. It's going to be crazy. And then after that, I'm going to try to go live about little Spicer in Jackson, Kentucky. I'm getting stuff on that too. And that's another one, guys. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. So it's what it seems like. What's up? Yeah. Is Dina Lynn still in here? I needed to mod her. I don't know what. Oh, she changed or something. Yeah, Jaden Spicer. Yeah. Oh, by the way, before y'all go, thank you, Belinda. Bless you, honey. Appreciate you. All the blessings to you. I'm praying for you. I am doing a thing for all the cases now. I'm making Lilly and Jack's right now, but it's going to be, it's kind of like a PDF, but it's called a Google Doc on every case that we do. And it will eventually go to probably members only, but for now it's for everybody with the person, usually their date of birth, their bio, links, pictures. It's a case file. It's a case file for every case, and it will be provided so in the descriptions down below and in the community post as well. But for now, it's for everybody. And that way you can get a feel if it's something you want. It's a little incentive for that as well. Dina Lynn's here. YouTube's been crazy. It's showing everybody's screen like the @ symbol and all that. I don't know what's been going on with it. Let me type something, Dina Lynn, please. What? Okay. Where's she at? Okay, there she is. There we go. At some point, M does mention breakfast, likely because we have all mentioned it. Of course, that's called adapting. Thank you so much. But the case we're starting on this evening, it has the Google Doc and all of that, and that way you can follow along with me as well. So it's like a crime folder. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys here in just an hour or so. Much love, everyone. Appreciate you very, very much. God bless.